what I'm saying is I've recently come across some statistics, and I'm trying to get prior years, but these are what they call the CRA Red Book, which is the results. If you go to the CRA meetings, they tell you like what the assessment periods, how many people got it within 120 days or whatever. Really useless stuff. I mean, who really cares? Okay. When I look at this, it's saying that the ITC's claim for the fiscal year ended, and they have a March year-end, federal government for this, not a December year-end, that the number of claimants went down in Hamilton and Toronto West, so Western Ontario. The number of claims went down 8% in 1 year, and the total ITCs went down 20% in the GTA area. In the last year, that's just 1 year. So my question was, how many went down from 13 to 14? How many went down in the last year going to 2016? And what I'm seeing is, a lot of people, is your client base is shrinking. It's not growing. The number of claimants is going down drastically. I'm saying 20% reduction in 1 year. And then the variance. How is Hamilton region 33%? 33% less IT. People stop doing R&D? Yeah, that's what. People stop doing R&D or they just quit. They quit the process. And yet in Montreal, so is it that people in Montreal are doing better R&D than people in Hamilton? Or could this indicate differences in how the policy is being administered across Canada? I'm just throwing the question out there. To me, the answer is obvious, but I'm hoping that people, in government, look at these numbers and actually understand what would cause something like this. Because when I read that, I'm dumbfounded. I got that information from Brian's article. I read his stats that he was quoting, and I said, "Where'd you get this?" And he provided the table, and I looked at it and I said, "I can't believe this. This is unbelievable." I want to get all the other years so I can see what the trend is, because this is kind of asserting what I've already been seeing, that the program's gone down significantly. I mean, nationally, there's regions that are hit harder, but nationally, claims are going down. 25,000 claims down to 23,000 claims. Okay? Pretty big reduction. 4.3 billion down to 3.8 billion. So, 11% reduction in 1 year. And I'm saying this seems like a trend. This isn't the first year. This is actually probably one of the lesser years. So I'd love to have the Red Book statistics so I can compare year to year and see what's really happening. This is called the CRA Red Book. You have to get it through access to information. Brian Cookson, who just published an article on it, mentioned that there's these huge discrepancies between regions across Canada, and he cited the Red Book. So I was talking to him and a fellow named Russ Roberts in Ottawa, and I said, "Can you back this up?" And they said, "Yes, but I'll let you see the form, but you can't publish it because you have to get it yourself through access to information. It's watermarked, and if I publish it, they'll know who they gave it to, and they'll get in a lot of trouble." So, I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to quote this information, but whatever. It's public information. So be it. Yeah, well, there you go. So anyways, what I'm saying is, as a practitioner, I'm not surprised at any of this. I'm a little shocked that the numbers are as big as I thought, but anyways, it raises concern.
And is that awarded amounts? So is that just getting put up in audits, that getting put up as far as that will fall later on, or?
I don't know. I'm basically presenting the numbers on the table. They give some little blurb about it, but basically, yeah, what I believe is this is the ITCs that were awarded at the end of each year. And it went down significantly. And I think it's been going down 10 to 15% per year for several years. So, when you see total number of claims down to 23,000, I remember we were getting up over the 30,000, and it's on a downswing. When I look at the U.S. or U.K., the number of claims are increasing drastically. They're going up like 1/3 a year. So as Canada is decreasing the number of claimants, every other country seems to be increasing in a large proportion. Yes. Statistics on the number of objections. Now, that was one of the things I was going to ask about. So the question is, how many objections? I know that last year there was 680 objections sitting in just Toronto West, which was handling all of Ontario. So I believe it's probably in the same number, because I don't believe many have been cleared. And that was one of my other concerns, is the length of time it's taking the objection process. I have numerous claims that have been in objections more than 2 years. And the client stopped claiming, And we don't have any ruling. We don't have any judgment. We don't know whether we should go to court. We're in limbo. So it's worse than not having a ruling. That when you go into objections, you could be waiting years for an objection. So there's a big push for some other kind of system that can respond in less than 2 years to a tax issue.
Can you leave full screen for 1 second and just read the comment that Elizabeth put up?
I'm sorry, can you say that?
Leave the full screen just for your presentation to read it, or I can read what she's saying. Elizabeth is saying, as an aside, these don't match what was reported to the Treasury Board by the CRA.
That's Elizabeth from Ingenuity?
I believe so.
Yes, I talked to her about that. Yes, the numbers that I'm reading in the Red Book are different than what the CRA reports to the federal government. So I have concerns on all of these things. Anyways, I want to get more information before I make any comment on what any of this means. Although I will comment that I see the number decrease as very alarming, and I only have a snapshot of 1 year, and I would propose that the numbers are probably similar over the last 2 or 3 years, which really makes things very alarming.